Viewers' discretion is advised. For this progression themed podcast, this content may contain sensitive discussions about trauma and mental health. You may face side effects such as growth, healing, and the love of God. This environment may be uncomfortable for those who struggle with mental health. This is an open space with open discussion. However, we encourage our viewers to reach out to a trusted friend, family, or professional for help. If you have no one, you have me. Hi, YouTube. It's your girl V, and I am back with another episode. This episode is going to be episode 3. Oh my gosh. Your girl is actually being consistent, which I think is very new for me because I am consistent, but not with like YouTube. So this is like really shocking. Whatever. Anyway, this is going to be episode 3 of the God's Girls podcast. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. If you are coming back to watch this video, I am super excited and thank you for joining me for another episode. We're going to start off with our theme song, of course. My girlfriend, there through thick and thin. My girlfriend. Yeah. I want to start off with a prayer as well. I pray that whoever's watching this reaches you with grace and with love, and that God is able to not only open up your heart, but open up your mind to the message that we're speaking today. This is a podcast where we are growing with our faith, and we're growing with a relationship with God, not just a religion. And we do not come here to bash. We do not come here to talk crazy to anybody. And yeah, we're just here for an open space for all kind of people, for you to become your own kind of beautiful. If you are new, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell so you are notified the next time we upload. This is episode. I can't talk. This is episode 3, and this episode is going to be titled "Being Present." I come on here and I speak often from a place where I either have grown from or I'm currently going through, and I think that it's super important that I'm transparent because it allows me not only to give myself like therapy kind of, but to have an open space for you to be yourself and for you to be a part of this community. So in this season of my life, I have struggled with being present. I am hyper focused on the future, and I'm hyper focused on becoming a greater version of myself. And a big part of that is because I've been thinking about all the people that I have to prove wrong, and all the people that I feel like I need to show that I'm more than what they said I was. And with me being in that season, I think I'm also learning that I will not only surpass this season with grace if I just stop focusing on trying to prove other people wrong, but also just focusing on my growth and my, season that I'm in right now. I also want to be transparent to say that I have struggled with depression and anxiety for a very large portion of my life. I gracefully have been able to be in therapy for a very long time as well. So that's something that has helped me with navigating my depression and anxiety. And I think that depression and anxiety is one of the main reasons why it's hard to be present, and it's hard to appreciate and give yourself grace and to have gratefulness in your heart if you're not being present. Anxiety is basically if you don't have anxiety, or if you don't struggle with anxiety or depression, I'm going to try to give it to you in a analogy kind of, or to sum it up in my words, better to say. um Depression is when you're focusing on the past, and it's basically like you are harboring the thoughts of why you are where you are today. So for example, you think about like, okay, how did I get here? And then it makes you really sad because it's like you want to get up, you want to move, you want to do something, but your body just isn't allowing you to do it. And I think that's like the biggest like way you have depression is when you feel like an out of body experience. Like you don't really feel like yourself. You don't even feel like you're a person. You just feel like you're here and just numb, to be honest, is how I can describe my depression. And then anxiety is kind of like you're nervous or you have like a fear of the future. So you're continuously like, what's going to happen next? Like you're trying to plan for the future, but in a very like negative way. Like you're trying to avoid outcomes for the future, and it gives you anxiety, basically, is how I can describe it. Recently I've watched actually Inside Out 2, and if you are confused or you are trying to figure out if you have anxiety or depression, that is one of the best movies you can you can watch that will help you figure out if you have anxiety. It was a very, very, very good depiction of like anxiety for sure. I cried because I was like, I have felt like that so many times. I've had panic attacks, anxiety attacks, depression episodes, and realistically speaking, I feel like because it was nothing that was taught to me as a kid, like we didn't know about depression as a kid, or at least in my household, we didn't talk about depression, we didn't talk about anxiety. So for me, it was like learning something totally new about myself. And I think that being present has allowed me to move past being under anxiety and depression. So for me, I think also being present is taking account for how I feel in my current moments. Like I was just able to tell you guys, like I feel like I am trying to prove myself, or I'm trying to focus on my future, like hyper focus on my future, to prove myself not only to me but to like people that doubted me. That's this current season that I'm in, and realistically speaking, that's not who I am. Like I'm not the kind of person that even really cares about what people think about me. So that's how I know that like I'm just not focused on my present, and I'm not focused on being present and who I am and what I want to do with my life, because I'm just hyper focused on the future. I think it's really important also to be present, because not only does it allow you to take account for your emotions, and it also allows you to take account for your relationships with others. I have been blessed recently with being able to communicate with people that I felt like I've lost, like friendships that ended, and a situation like with my grandmother that like really hurt my feelings. I was able to speak to her and we moved past it, and I think that our relationship is way better than it was. I recently seen a friend that me and her had a like very toxic argument, and I was able to reconnect with her and we were able to make amends. And I think that being present allows you to open up your heart to receive, and also open up your heart to make amends with certain people, so you can rebuild and you can grow and you can learn, and take accountability for yourself. I know that me being present in like this current season in my life, I try to take the time to take account of where I'm at. So whether that be I am just like sitting in my car and I'm like, wow, look how nice your hands look, or look how beautiful the sky is, or look how grateful the people around you are. Like just watching people pass me by and I'm like, wow, look at this person like living their life to the fullest. And I think that it's so important for us to take time to be present and to appreciate, because life has a way of giving you more when you're grateful. Like the universe doesn't know, like the universe doesn't have like positive or negative. So it's not like, okay, this person is super positive, this is what's going to happen. It's about frequency and it's about your vibration. So if you're in a high vibration of like positivity, then naturally things will come to you because you're positive. If you're in a low vibration and you're negative, naturally those things will be attracted to you and you'll just receive negativity. So I think that being present and taking account of who you are in the season you're in right now, whether that be something negative or positive, and to change and to shift your mindset is super important. My friends and my family have helped me so much with taking accountability, not only for the places where I have made mistakes, but also the places that I'm doing really well in. I have a tendency of not giving myself any grace. Like my biggest critic is myself. for sure. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's like, nothing's wrong with me, I'm the perfect person. Like, if anything, I'm the complete opposite. I'm always trying to find something wrong with me. I'm always trying to find ways to like grow and heal and to help myself. And I can even say that I think the biggest thing that I have struggled with, not even struggle, but I would say the biggest obstacles in my life that have helped me grow have been like my love life, because I am a super lovey-dovey person, and I have taken account for why a lot of love in my life hasn't worked out. But not only why it hasn't worked out, but also how it has worked out for me. So, whether that be like romantic or platonic love, I have taken account of like, okay, well, why isn't this working out for me, or why hasn't it worked out for me? Um, and with that being said, I'm realizing who I am in this current season in my life. And I really do hope that this is gonna help you realize or take account of who you are and where you are in your season in your life, to make adjustments where it's necessary. I don't think that it's easy at all to make adjustments, especially when you're used to something or you're used to a certain kind of like way of living. But it's so important to like be present and to, you know, be grateful. Um, I definitely challenge you to think about if you've been grateful, if you've given love, and what kind of person you are currently. And is the person you are currently associated with the person that you view yourself to be? Because it's two different things. Like, who you currently are is not the same person as who you want to be. And if it is, then that means you reached your goal and you have no more aspirations in life, which is not normal. Most people always reach for something more and more and more. That's just the way of life. But I think that it's so important to be present in who you are now, so you can actually make plans for your future, but not plans for your future unless it's going to be proactive. Like, okay, today I'm going to start doing this so this can happen. You know what I mean? But take away the this can happen, because the expectation is going to give you that anxiety that I was talking about before. Like, just do it with the hopes and do it with the high vibration that this is going to work out for you. You know what I mean? Um, but it's so important to be present in who you are so you can make those plans for your future and make the plans for yourself of who you want to become. Um, I definitely always turn my phone do not disturb, but it always rings. So it's so many things happening today, so I'm trying to like multitask. Um, Another big thing that I'm going to talk about is dating, in this current season of being present. Honey, I have not dated in so long. Like, it's been so awkward for me. Like, I don't date because I don't really feel like I date for the fun of it. I don't date just for experiences and just to like go out. I date for marriage. Like, if I don't see potential, or even if I don't see like attributes that will be progressive for like my husband, I don't do it. And that may sound crazy, but I don't. Like, I don't waste my time. So even in like my season right now of dating, like, I feel like I've been so present in who I am that I also know like what I like and what I don't like. So that's helped me a lot too with making like better choices for my life, like having discernment for like what is serving me, what won't serve me, what hasn't served me, and just moving according to that. Like, I know everybody out here wants love, and I know everybody out here wants to feel a community and connection to others, but it's so important to know who you are before you put yourself in an environment where you are giving people, or you are showcasing who you are to others. Like, you don't even need to be in certain environments if you know who you are. You know what I mean? And being present is so important in finding out who you are. And whether that means taking yourself out on dates, going hiking by yourself, going to the gym by yourself, finding ways to like communicate with others without making it, romantic or having any sort of like expectations. I believe in standards. Like, of course, have standards. Like, if you have standards, it keeps you away from certain things, but like, don't put your expectations on anyone because it's not fair. Like, you can't expect someone to treat you a certain kind of way because people will treat you how you treat yourself, but also people will treat you based on like who they are, and you can't internalize that. You just have to go into spaces where you're treated well. So yeah, dating for me has been not existent. Like, I will say men walk up to me and just give me compliments, but they don't even try it. Like, they don't even be like, oh yeah, let's go out, because I think that they already know, like, the bar is set. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't reach it, you just can't reach it. And I appreciate those kind of people. Like, I genuinely do. Like, if you know you can't reach the bar, or you know that the bar is set and you're like not where the bar is, or you feel like you're not where the bar is, then that's just life. Like, it just is what it is. And I respect that because I don't even want to deal with certain things like insecurities and problems, things like that. Healing is not linear, so it's not going to be the same every single day. But I definitely don't believe that if you're healing and you know that you're healing and you're currently in your messy healing stage where you're bleeding and you're sewing yourself up and you're fixing yourself up, you should not be trying to worry about somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, if you're bleeding on other people, it's time for you to take a break. It's time for you to chill out and be accountable and be present. Very demure. I've been saying demure from TikTok, and it's been just my whole thing. Very present, very demure, very mindful. I mean, what else can I say? If you made it this far in the video, I don't know if you have liked, comment, share, subscribe, but you should. Turn on your post notification bells, honey, so you can hear ding, 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 ding when I post. I honestly want to hear you guys' opinion and where you are currently in your season of being present. If you're not in your season of being present and you're currently trying to figure out who you are, tell me about it. Put down in the comments down below how you're currently feeling and what season you're feeling like you're in. I think that that's important as well, taking account of where you are in life, so you can continuously grow and to move. So put it down in the comments below on what you're going through and what season you're in. The final thing that I want to talk about is being present, but also not being okay. Even if you're not in the perfect life you've imagined yourself to be in, I want to pray that God gives you the ability to be patient, but to have faith, because I know that it's very hard to want to be present or to want to be active in your life when it's not the life you envisioned yourself to be in. And that's something that a lot of people go through, and I want you to know that it's totally normal, but it is imperative that you are present and you do show up for yourself so you're able to make the life you want your life to be. You have to show up for yourself. You have to put your best foot forward. You have to get up when you don't want to. It's going to be hard. But the thing about things that are hard, that is going to be your testimony to say, this was hard, but God got me through it, and look at me now. YouTube is hard for me. Making videos about being, healing or, having something to live for is hard for me because some days I don't want to be here, bro. I'm not even going to sit here and cap. Like, some days I don't even want to be here. Ask me about it, honey. Depression be really kicking my, excuse my French, my, ASS. Depression be getting to me. And it's hard for me to get up here and to talk and to be motivational and to give advice when the things I'm talking about are things I'm going through as well. You know what I mean? But I'm still doing it and I'm still trying. And I pray that a year from now, we all look back on the year and say, I'm proud that I continuously put my best foot forward and tried. I'm glad and I'm proud that I love myself enough to try. I'm proud and I'm glad that I stopped having bad habits because I wanted a better life for myself. I wanted a better life for my future. I wanted my kids to look up to me and be proud of the woman that I have become because I went through trials and tribulations before I had them. You know what I mean? Like, all of these things are helping you to become the woman that you want to be, to attract the things that you want in your life. The man, the car, the house, the relationship with God, all the material things plus more. You know what I mean? And I think that is so, so important to know that you're loved and you're seen and you're heard, because when you do fall short and you do feel like you're below where you're normally, at in life, it gives you the encouragement to say, I have a community, and this is what the community here is for. Like, we're here for you. If you don't have a friend, I said it in the disclaimer, if you don't have a friend, I'm your friend, honey. We're friends. We're sisters. If you're a man and you're on here and you're listening to this, I'm your sister. I'm your friend. Who knows? It might be your wife. Who knows? You know? But I want you to know that, like, nothing lasts forever, and you're loved and you're seen. And I appreciate you. And my friends are calling. Okay, let me see if my friend want to say something to the podcast. Hello. Hey, Bookie. You want to say hi to the podcast? Say hi, podcast.
Hi, podcast. I hate people. That's not an air sign like me or a fire sign. If you're a water sign or earth sign, it's really fuck you.
Okay. Honestly, do I agree? I don't know. I don't know if I agree. Okay, we're gonna leave with grace. No, we're not even gonna say fuck the water signs.
It's officially Virgo season.
Leo season didn't last long enough. Listen, all I gotta say is we're giving people grace, Samira. If you're a water sign, we're praying for you. Okay? If you're an earth sign, we also pray. We're praying for everybody. We don't even care what sign you are. We're just praying for you. But listen, we're praying, Samira. Stop. But yeah, so we're praying for you. We're here for you. And I digress. Honestly, that's the end of the podcast. I have been here. I have been Venice. I have been V. I have been the love of your life. You are the love of my life. I will see you guys next time in the next video. Please be progressive. Please keep loving yourself and keep doing your best. And that's all we can ask. And bye. That's it. I'll see you later. Samira said bye. Bye.